Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this doctoral graduation of Stellenbosch University. Molweni Wamkilegele. Goeiemiddag dames en here, en hartlik welkom by hierdie doktersgraadeplegtigheid van die Universiteit Stellenbosch. Vanweer die nasionale COVID-regulasies en die universiteit se gesondheid en veiligheidsprotokolle sal hierdie geleentheid bietjie anders daar uitsien as gewoonlik. Due to the COVID-19 regulations and our own protocols, this event, by necessity, has to be somewhat different from our regular ceremonies. Therefore, please take note of the following. All graduates and guests have been assigned unique seat numbers. Please do not change seats, as these seating records will be used in case any potential contact tracing becomes necessary. Only the essential staff members required to constitute a congregation will be present at this event. Thank you for understanding that we had to limit the number of guests that you could invite. Rest assured that this hall is thoroughly cleaned and disinfected before and after each ceremony. The wearing of a mask is mandatory for both graduates and guests for the full duration of the ceremony, including when graduates walk across the stage. Please maintain a safe distance of at least 1.5 meters from others at all times. No food may be brought into or consumed in the hall. Only water will be allowed. Now to the ceremony itself. We will not be singing the national anthem as is our custom. Instead, we will listen to an instrumental version of it directly after the procession has entered the hall. When we get to the awarding of degrees, graduates will be called up to cross the stage, but in order to comply with COVID-19 regulations, there will be no handshaking by the presiding officer or hooding by the registrar. Instead, please walk up to the presiding officer, exchange nods, turn around, smile for the camera, and the acknowledgement of the people of the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to take photos, but please put your phone on silent and switch off your flash. This also applies for the rest of the ceremony. Please do put your phone on silent. At the conclusion of the ceremony, once the procession has left, we will respectfully request you that you exit the hall and the building swiftly so that the cleaning and sanitizing can take place for the next graduation ceremony. Kindly ensure that you take along any waste items, such as water bottles, tissues, you name it, when you exit the venue, and dispose of it in the bins outside. Please do not congregate in the foyer to take your own photos and selfies. The official photographers have a designated area across the foyer. You're more than welcome to make use of their services. Otherwise, please exit the venue and take photos in Victoria Street. You will also find the recently launched pop-up Marty shop in front of the building, where you can purchase SU-branded items to remind you of the successful academic journey that you just completed. Baie dankie vir die geduld met die talle aanwysings, dames en here. Dit is egter belangrik dat ons deur al hierdie notas moet gaan. Ladies and gentlemen, in times of COVID-19, we have a hybrid graduation ceremony. This is one of 9 physical ceremonies for our doctoral graduates. All other degrees are being conferred online. Faculty-based ceremonies that have been pre-recorded and scheduled for release. Please check the university's homepage for information about these videos. A piece of good news, and you'll see it on the screen, this event is being streamed right across the world. You're more than welcome to quickly contact family and friends and tell them, hey, go check it out, www.sun.ac.za/streaming. We had some rain this afternoon, and you engineers know when there's rain, there might be load shedding. So in the case of load shedding, please remember that the stream might drop. You will still get your degree. The ceremony will not come to a conclusion. You will get your degree today. You are welcome to share your graduation stories, family and friends, on social media. Go there, #SUGrad. Just remember to please put your phones on silent. Dames en here, ons is bykans gereed om in die plegtigheid te begin. Ons vra dat u sal opstaan vir die akademiese prosesie en sal bly staan tot nadat die nasionale lied geluister is. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the academic procession and remain standing until after we have listened to the national anthem. Thank you, baie dankie, Nkosi Kakhulu.
Goeiemôre dames en here, good afternoon. As gevolg van COVID gaan ons nie die nasionale lied sing nie, maar ons gaan luister na instrumentale weergawe daarvan. So we will not sing the national anthem, but instead we will listen to an instrumental version. Kan maar je sitplekke inneem. Please take your seats. So hiermee verklaar ek hierdie kongregasie van die Universiteit Stellenbosch behoorlik gekonstitueer. I hereby declare this congregation of Stellenbosch University duly constituted. So hierdie is behoorlik 'n klein, intieme gehoor. It's fantasties wat julle hier so saam met ons is vanmiddag. It's wonderful that you're here with us. But here we are in the second year of the pandemic. Hard to believe. But at the beginning of this graduation ceremony, we need to also reflect that we are deeply grateful for the privilege to be here today, to celebrate your success. But we also think of members of our broader university community who have passed away or have lost loved ones this year during these challenging times. So soon I'm going to invite you all to remain seated while we observe a devotional moment, granting each other the space to do so according to our various religious and secular perspectives. Ons as akademiese gemeenskap, ouers, skades, familie, vriende, ons is diep dankbaar vir die voorreg om vandag hier te kan wees, om saam met julle sukses te vier. Maar ons dink ook terug met leedwese en ootmoed aan lede van ons breë universiteitsgemeenskap wat in hierdie uitdagende tye oorlede is of persone aan die dood afgestaan het. So ek nooi daarom uit om net so vir 'n oombliekie te bly sit terwyl ons vir 'n gewyde oomblik net stil word en hieraan dink. Baie dankie. Thank you. So welkom by hierdie, dis die 8ste van ons 9 fisiese grade plegtighede van die Universiteit Stellenbosch wat hierdie week plaasvind. Soos jy mag weet, as you may know, we have virtual ceremonies for our undergraduates and other postgraduates, but you folks, you've reached the pinnacle of academic success as students. So we felt we really wanted to give recognition to you by having this type of ceremony and where we can do it face to face to a sense, because this is, you've worked extremely hard for this and we want to recognize that. We have some online guests and they've joined the proceedings via live streaming, and it's not going to be a long ceremony. It'll be short and sweet, kort en kragtig, but it will pack a powerful punch and you will enjoy it and it's your moment. But in line with our policy of inclusive multilingualism, we will now listen to Professor Mawandli Dlali from our Department of African Languages, who has recorded some words of welcome in isiXhosa.
Abasebenzi njengendwendwe ezivela kwindawo ngendawo ezahlukeneyo eziningi ezahlukeneyo nezo zivela ngapha kwemedia yaseMzantsi Afrika. Yiyo loo nto sicela ukuba nibe nenyameko kuba singakufumanisa kumcimbi ibiza amanye amagama kunye neefani. Enkosi.
Thank you, Professor Dlali and Nkosi. So before we get on with the main business of the ceremony, just a few short remarks from my side. So one's graduation is truly a momentous event, a moment, as I've referred to, and it's also a momentous event in the calendar of the university, of the academic calendar. So this week we conclude academic year 2020. Ons maak nou klaar met die akademiese jaar 2020 And as you all know, it was a very challenging, very difficult, very complex year. Verlede jaar toe die pandemie begin het en sy tande vir ons gewys het ons afgegaan na slegs 2 prioriteite. We reduced our lofty list of priorities to only 2, and that's to complete academic year 2020 successfully, and also to attempt to ensure the long-term systemic sustainability of the institution. And I'm glad to report positively on both of those. Ek dink ons het beide van daardie prioriteite, hersiene prioriteite het ons aan voldoen. And actually, remarkably so, academic year 2020, we managed to award in a total of the December and this week of graduations, 9,079 degrees, certificates and diplomas. And that's quite an achievement, given the difficult circumstances. But it's also a testament to the resilience, the agility, the adaptability of the university to switch to different modes. And it's actually that number, die aantal is omtrent dieselfde as wat het in die vorige jaar was. Sover as doktorale grade betref, is die universiteit totaal oor al die fakulteite is het 270 PhDs, 270 PhDs, one of the highest figures of all universities in South Africa. So we're very proud of you. Ons is baie trots op julle. We wish you all the best for the rest of your journey. It certainly has not been an easy one for you. It's not getting a PhD is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Sometimes it is an ultra marathon. But I really want to congratulate you on achieving this. So this last year was also a sad occasion in that the Faculty of Engineering lost one of its greatest sons, its greatest graduates, Dr. Japie van Zyl, who became very well known for his work in NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory and for his fantastic work in getting the Mars rover and more recently, and I believe, Vickers, if I'm not wrong, that there's a specific place that's going to be named after Japie on Mars. So, and I just looked at this up on the website, so that Japie was a very inspirational teacher as well at Caltech. And some of the quotes Japie made to students were, "No country can compete internationally without a solid base of science and engineering." Second quote, "If you have a dream, pursue it, but it will demand hard work and perseverance." And the last one, "Do not try and impress your teachers or parents, but compete against yourself to always keep improving." En ek dink hierdie woorde van wyle Japie van Zyl kan werklik by ons bly. And these inspiring words one should remember them in our journeys forward, and I hope you will remember them on your journey forward. So I'm not going to speak much more because we also have a special additional item on our program today. The Chancellor's Award will be bestowed on Professor Johan Gergens, who is actually also a supervisor. And speaking of the supervisors, I want to really also pay tribute to supervisors because they're very important role players in the candidate's academic journey as guides. And normally they would read out a brief summary of their candidate's thesis and call them up to receive their degree, but because of COVID, we do things slightly differently. But I really want to acknowledge you. Whenever I can ask you to rise up, to stand up. All the supervisors, thank you so much. We're very proud of you. So we've been asking this question, ons het hierdie vraag gevra van van die PhD graduaan oor die afgelope week en ons het kopskudde gekry, instemmende kopskudde by almal gekry is, wie van julle, who of you during your time as a PhD candidate shed a few tears whilst you were doing that in the midst of this? So, okay, we got that. And then, which of the supervisors shed a few tears whilst they were busy with it? But what it points to is this very symbiotic relationship between a supervisor and a PhD candidate, and how important the role is of a PhD supervisor as a mentor, as a guide through this very challenging process. En ons waardeer julle werklik daarvoor. So, ek sal nou aan die kandidate wat aan my voorgestel word die onderskeie doktorsgrade verleen. I will now confer on the candidates who are presented to me the respective doctoral degrees. The dean is going to call out your name. You're going to walk across the stage. I'm not going to shake your hand. I'm not going to cap you. We will nod. Ons sal vir mekaar knip. Maar dan wil ek hê julle moet omdraai en julle moet vir julle mense hierso en ook vir die gehoor daar buite. Dis julle oomblik. Julle het hard gewerk. You worked terribly hard for this, and this is a wonderful, wonderful moment of achievement.
Meneer die vice-kanselier, ek versoek u om die graad dokter in die wysbegeerte in die fakulteit ingenieurswese aan die kandidate wat ek aan u voorstel te verleen. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer on the candidates whom I'll present to you the Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Engineering. Jan Pierre de Tooy with dissertation Engineering Strategies for Enhancement of Biohydrogen Production of Phototropic Bacterium Rhaphodopseudomonas palustris. Did I get it right, Robbie? And the supervisor was Professor Robbie Pott. Gerrit Stephanus Nel with the dissertation, A Hyperheuristic Approach Towards the Training of Artificial Neural Networks, supervised by Professor Jan van Vieren. Chipu Nancy Ngongoni with dissertation, The Role of Innovation Intermediaries in Developing Healthcare Innovation Ecosystems, Value Co-Creation Through Platforms, supervised by Professor Sarah Grobbelaar. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Petrus Louis Stemmet with dissertation Investigating the Impact of Advanced Planning Systems on Central Inventory Planning Teams in Retail, supervised by Professor Louis Lowe. Baie geluk. Meneer die vice-kanselier, ek versoek u om aan die kandidate wie se name ook aan u voorgelê is, maar wat nie hier teenwoordig is nie, die onderskeie grade in hulle afwesigheid te verleen. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degrees on those candidates whose names have been presented to you but who could not attend in their absence.
Ek verleen die onderskeie grade aan die kandidate in hulle afwesigheid. I confer the respective degrees on the candidates in their absence.
Meneer die Visie-Kanselier, dames en here, dit is 'n uitstaande kenmerk van instellings wat op uitnemende prestasie ingestel is, dat verskillende vlakke en forme van erkenning aan uitnemende presteerders gebied word. In die konteks van Stellenbosch Universiteit sluit dit onder andere in die kanselierstoekenning, wat gefokus is op volgehoue uitnemendheid in navorsing en of leer en onderrig en of gemeenskapsinteraksie en of administrasie. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, an outstanding feature of institutions that focus on excellent performance is the excellent achievers receive acknowledgement on different levels in different ways. In the context of Stellenbosch University, this recognition includes the Chancellor's Awards, which focuses on sustained excellence in research and/or learning and teaching and/or community interaction and/or administration. In the Faculty of Engineering, the recipient of the Chancellor's Award for 2020 is Professor Johan Gorgens. I have the pleasure of presenting the following motivation in respect of Professor Gorgens. Professor Gorgens is 'n uitgeleese professor aan die Departement Prosesingenieurswese en sy voortreffelike navorsingsbestuursvaardighede en produktiwiteit stel 'n duidelike maatstaf by ingenieurswese. Since 2007, he's been a core member of the Saatchi Research Chair in Biofuels and Bioenergy, and he currently holds the Saatchi Research Chair in Sugarcane Biorefineries. He also played a key role in establishing the prestigious Arua Center of Excellence in Energy at Stellenbosch University and was the director of this center until 2019. He was the winner of the South African Cleantech competition in 2011, was a finalist in the NST Technology Forum Awards in 2016, and previously received the Vice Rector's Award for Research Output at Stellenbosch University. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I request that you present the Chancellor's Excellence Award to Professor Johan Gorgens. Meneer die Visie-Kanselier, ek versoek u om die kanselierstoekenning vir uitnemendheid aan Professor Johan Gorgens te oorhandig.
Baie geluk. Baie dankie Professor Kloete. Short and sweet, kort en kragtig. So ons het nou die toekenning van die grade afgehandel en namens die Universiteit Stellenbosch wil ek weer eens almal van u wat vandag hier 'n kwalifikasie behaal het, hartlik gelukwens. Besondere mylpaal. En hartlik geluk ook aan Professor Johan Gorgens met die verwerwing van die kanselierstoekenning vir uitnemendheid. So congratulations to all of you. You're now automatically, officially members, you're alumni of the university, and you're also automatically member of the convocation. So I would hope and sincerely invite you to stay engaged with your alma mater. Come back and share your experiences with students still on their journey towards graduation. Jaapie van Zyl, whom I referred to earlier on, he was a very loyal supporter of the university, very loyal alumnus of the university. He lived in San Francisco. In Los Angeles, and worked at Caltech. And he actually headed up the Stellenbosch University USA network. So it's a really tough loss. But the words that I provided to you, the quotes that he said, may that also serve as a beacon to you, and in some way also plow back some of your time and your talent. It's a way of paying forward to a younger generation here at Stellenbosch. Vir 'n volgende generasie, die jonger generasie, studente wat nog in die pipeline is. Ons sal dit so waardeer as julle ook betrokke bly by julle alma mater en dit help doen. We've got alumni clubs all over the world. Please, we invite you and we will be honored if you stay involved with us. So I pay tribute to the supervisors, but I also want to pay tribute to the fan club and the supporters, the spouses, the family members, the friends, the children who've had to endure some of your efforts, but dit ook moes deurgemaak het saam met julle om by hierdie besondere mylpaal uit te kom. So ek dink dit sal gepas wees. I think it'll be fitting if the graduates will also thank their supporters. En dink julle moet ook opstaan. If you can please also stand up. Baie dankie. So ons het nou die einde van die verrigtinge bereik en ek verklaar hierdie kongregasie van die Universiteit Stellenbosch as beëindig. Ek versoek u dan om op te staan en te bly staan totdat die akademiese prosesie die saal verlaat het. We have now come to the end of the proceedings and I hereby declare this meeting of the congregation of Stellenbosch University closed. Would you please rise and remain standing while the academic procession leaves the hall. Thank you so much and have a good evening.